Go over there. Go over there. Oh, yeah. Where am I at? Yeah, that should be just about us ready to rock and roll there, big fella. Nice. And we're up and live. 34 seconds in.
Nice.
Nice.
G'day.
Indeed, sir.
How are you?
I'm bloody exhausted, if you want to know the truth.
Well,
I'm running on E at the moment. Running on E.
You'll be right.
It's all right. Bit low on diesel.
Yeah, well, most people are, so.
Bit low on diesel, we'll say.
You're not the Lone Ranger.
No, God, no. No, not even close.
Um,
Not even close.
I'm mine's in the councillor on Toorashire Council, but as we keep explaining, I'm also a candidate in the upcoming state election. I'm a signwriter. I'm a musician. I'm a PA production provider, audio producer, a pro-feral, pest management, contract shooter.
A dad, a granddad, a husband, you got some mates, so you're even a friend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
lots
member of the
titles,
community.
A member of the community.
I actually did a job the other day for nothing
For nothing.
and donated it
Yeah.
to a good cause.
Oh, what was the good cause?
Country Hope.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did some stuff for some guys going in the Outback Rally.
Yeah.
And so clearly, I wasn't, completely the devil for the week.
For the week.
Much
Well, it is
contrary.
important. It's particularly important that you do your little introduction. Me, I only ever do it for fun and my own amusement. But obviously, you've got to do it because being a councillor, there's rules that they like to use to try and bash you around the head, and they try to manipulate what you can and can't say.
They try and own every element of your life, but surely as an individual and surely as a human and surely as a member of the community, I'm still allowed to do a podcast and talk about matters other than council or
anything else that you have an opinion about as a free Australian human.
I had a conversation with someone about my Facebook page, and they said it's a council Facebook page, and I said no, it's not. It's my Facebook page. I had it way before I got on council.
Yeah. They said that it was a council page.
Just some people were talking about that.
Not a council Facebook page.
Well, it was up before I was on council.
Yeah.
And it's got
nothing to do with council.
Well, I put some council stuff on there.
Oh, yeah, but it's not council.
I put some stuff up about Coolum Council the other day.
Yeah.
And I put some stuff up about other councils. I put some stuff up about lots of things. I put some, lots of.
Well, I think you underutilise that Facebook page, but
that Facebook page though, there's been lots of stuff that's caused me a lot of pain.
Yeah, I suspect I'm aware. I don't know about the good folks watching.
No, and look, there's only certain things that I can say at this point in time.
Yeah.
But look, it'll all be revealed in the good fullness of time. Now,
very cool.
First things first, I want to go to Thursday's edition, today's Thursday, March 12th, 2026.
So we've got the date right.
Remember,
we're cooking with gas.
We've got, in our collection of collector edition Tomorrow Independence, we've got two already. Now, number one, it's got the correct date, but it's got the wrong day on the front. So they got the day wrong. So they had a Friday. Now, that's a bit special. And on another one, they've got the price wrong. So they put the price up at the shop and they told everyone they were going to do it, but they just forgot to change it on the front of the paper. So there's, a little bit of a typo type one that is a bit weird, but it's a collector's edition. This paper, and I challenge anyone to find a picture of Rick Furman in it.
Goodness me.
This is
Now, I don't read the paper, as you know. I'll flick through it here with you, but I don't read this shit.
a unicorn,
There's none. Are you sure?
mate. I'm telling you.
Hang on, we'll get out the microphone, microscope. There's got to be one somewhere, surely.
I went over it today a couple of times, and I could not find one.
You would have had to go back a couple of times to make sure and verify.
Someone said his name's in it a couple of times in print.
Bullshit. Sorry.
But that's not.
As far as Farah, Ethan, Tamora is in Riverina, so we're sort of one electorate over, realistically, from the Farah electorate. You got binoculars. Sky.
I'm just zooming in, but
Very
it's
cool.
not on the front page.
Not on the front page.
So he's not on page 2, and he's not on page 3.
The Tamora James appointed a local government expert advisory panel. I've got to question that, because doesn't she need a mentor in Gary Lavelle?
Well,
isn't he the mentor who does? How can you be an expert if you've got
a mentor?
Experts experting over you? How are you, Andrew? Good to see you, mate. Thank you for joining.
No.
Thank you, everybody who joins in.
Yes.
Of course, I mean, we do try to have a bit of fun here as well, but we also, there's a lot of serious business that goes on in the space, and we're quite happy to ensure that we can share as much information, valid information as we can, and make sure that not only one side of any given story at any given time gets told.
I'm telling you.
Come on, there's got to be one there. There's some school kids there. Surely he's there pretending to be a school kid.
No.
Shaking hands.
There's all these school kids at all these photo ops, and he's not there.
Are they in SES uniforms? Come on, surely.
No, he's out at Farmley. They're there at SES.
They're at SES. There's photos of a Hoover fire engine. Surely he's standing there somewhere.
He wasn't.
There's a large group of people. Come on, got to be there.
They're at Bar Medman.
Well, that's like...
He would have got out there if he had had time, but he didn't have time, obviously.
Goodness me.
There's some locals out at the lake.
I'm a little bit stunned. I'm a little bit shocked.
Mate, I am blown away. Even out Area Park, there was a council gathering in Area Park where they're talking about expressions of interest to establish a new housing subdivision at Area Park. The mayor wasn't even there. So there's a massive photo opportunity there.
Has anybody done a welfare check? He's not dead or anything.
Sure. No, I'm sure he's not. No, he's not. I saw his car at council the other day.
But you can be dead and still have a car. You know that, right?
But he wasn't at the Greyhounds.
He's
not there. He wasn't at the Dish Lickers. He's not in the classifieds. You know, work wanted, model, photographic, photogenic guy, work wanted, cheap rates.
OnlyFans for...
Well, but like I say...
The mayors have OnlyFans pages, do you reckon?
I reckon they would. He wasn't at the bowls. He wasn't at the rodeo.
On Rodeo. There's him on a bull.
No. That's Brad Friend from Narendra.
Brad from Narendra.
He wasn't at the golf.
Oh, Brad.
He wasn't at the tennis. He wasn't at the women's AFL.
No.
He wasn't at the cricket.
I think it's fair to say, colour me shocked. That's a collector's edition.
That is a rare
thing.
That is a rare bird.
That's a more independent, without any phones of Ricky on the front, inside, outside, anywhere.
My God.
Maybe they're having meetings going, shit, they're doing Rick pick segments that's we better try and throw him a curveball. Giving him a complex indeed, Andrew.
This one's going in
the special file.
Well, it's going in the collector's editions. So we've got 3 now, and this is one of them. Like I'm telling you, Noah Fisher obviously doesn't feel as though he's settled in or put his roots down in Tamora. I think
his bags are already packed.
Well, I just can't imagine what he's thinking. I don't know whether it's going to end well for Noel.
Noel could be in a lot of trouble.
I think
an entire episode of It's More Independent.
Summons to the chamber.
Yes, well, goodness me.
To bow before his greatness. Anyway,
that's me.
I think that is...
Has it got a story of polluted poo pool in Coolaman? Not that I saw, but then again, I don't read the paper, Fred.
No, it hasn't.
Anthony reads that.
that story seems to have eluded the Temora Independent.
Ah,
Yeah, even like, because that's a big story, isn't it? In a local perspective, the fact that it appears cool.
I don't know. What is the story? You better tell everyone.
Well, the story is that Coolum Shire Council inadvertently
Pump poo into the pool.
No, they've got a system where they have reticulated treated effluent from the sewage treatment works.
Yeah.
And it's treated to a standard that allows it to be used on parks and gardens. But it's not potable. It's not for human contact or human consumption.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the story is, and I'll find the press release and read it to you. The press release is that through some as yet unreported mechanism, they managed to connect the treated effluent supply to the amenities at the caravan park. So people were showering themselves, giving themselves golden showers.
That's lovely.
And also it was getting, they were filling the pool with it.
Oh, good.
Now, there are reports that a number of local kids were quite sick with gastro and infections and all the rest of it. Anecdotal, of course, so I haven't seen any empirical evidence of that, but there's certainly been some and I heard an anecdotal report of that on the weekend from a guy from Coolum who said his grandkids had been crooked from it.
Yeah, right.
So it's not...
I mean, it sounds funny, but obviously, yes, there will be consequences, I expect.
Well, there probably won't be, and that's the thing that worries me.
There should be.
How can't there be?
Yeah.
But even to the point that in any of these announcements, I think the EPA and the Health Department are mentioned.
Yeah.
But Goldenfields Water, who own the potable water network that the treated effluent was connected to, haven't made any public statements to say that there was no risk of any upstream or backflow type contaminations.
Yeah, right.
So
it's a bit of a worry, isn't it?
Well, I'll read you the key points because it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to find, and I've got to.
Oh, yours is uploading. Well, while it's uploading, Ethan here has put up a post. Fair enough. Apparently, this is from a news clipping from 1991. Satanic cults in New South Wales towns. Sydney, satanic cults involved in cannibalism, mass murder, spreading in at least 14 New South Wales towns. New South Wales police said last night that reports of satanic abuse would be investigated and urged the public to come forward with any information. The announcement followed a Channel 10 news report on an Australia-wide satanic organisation allegedly involving rapes, cannibalistic rituals, and it won't let us put up whatever's following on there. But I think I've said it last week. I've said it in a couple of other little videos I've made in recent times, although many people have been harassing me the last couple of days going, "You've been very quiet. Are you all right?" I've just been bloody exceptionally busy, even by my standards, guys. Nothing to fear, but I haven't made a video since Sunday. So there's been a few welfare checks, which I appreciate, gang. But yeah, look, I've used the term pedophilic satanic cult in various versions of combinations in the last couple of months, far more than I have ever thought likely. So regularly used in common vernacular in my life. It's pretty scary shit, really.
Okay.
Righto.
So, Coolum swimming pool update. Now, this was published on Coolum Shire Council's website on the 6th of March. So it's pretty fresh news, considering it's only the 12th today, 6-day-old news. And the Temora Independent haven't managed to locate it. In response to recent media coverage, well, I didn't think the media even touched it. Council would like to update several points mentioned in relation to the incident involving the Coolum swimming pool. So water that entered the swimming pool was not pumped raw sewage water. It was treated effluent water that is used on council's parks and gardens. Well, that's what I said. The water is treated and tested in accordance with EPA licence for use on parks and gardens, not for swimming in, mind you.
Yes.
Before it entered the pool, this water receives further treatment through the pool filtration system including adding chlorine. While treated effluent water is not treated at the same level as our drinking water, it has been through a thorough treatment process. Council installed a brand new effluent treatment system in 2025, so we can feel really comfortable.
We can rest assured it's the cleanest poo possible.
Yes, the cleanest treated effluent in Australia. Independent contesting was conducted once this incident was identified. Council was pleased to report these results came back within the required swimming levels. So it appears you are allowed to swim in diluted piss. Although the test results came back with a positive outcome, recommended advice was to empty the pool.
So you reckon?
Even though you can swim in it, we're probably not going to swim in our own piss.
You won't die, but look, I suppose we'll probably do something about it if we must.
Council has had numerous meetings with all relevant government departments and received verbal communications that there has not been an increased number of sicknesses recorded to date within the LGA. New South Wales Health continues to monitor this. Well, thank goodness. Thank goodness they didn't kill anyone.
Well, that's just wonderful.
An investigation into the incident has been carried out and confirms that 3 separate, unrelated events occurred which led to the incident. Council's internal procedures have been strengthened to ensure this is an isolated incident. Now, if 3 separate, unrelated events occurred, they've still related because they've contributed to this event.
Yes, yeah. There is obviously some crossover there somewhere.
So they are related. I think the idea that they're not related is a bit of a
that's a bit like,
misstatement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they are related, because they all led to the piddle going in the pool.
Yes.
Now, they haven't spoken about the caravan park yet. The safety of pool users and the community have been Council's highest priority when making decisions in relation to the incident. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's that one. Now, when we go back here, there's one from the 27th of Feb here. Blah, 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 blah. One from the 20th of Feb. It's all about the pool users. Now,
I saw the word there. If it's in the state of the caravan park.
Where's that?
Go back up.
Okay.
I spotted the word caravan park somewhere up there.
So where is this?
Keep young. Up. There you go.
Aha. So on the 20th of February, it was a Friday, Council became aware of a contamination incident affecting the Coolman Memorial Swimming Pool and Coolman Caravan Park. Council staff identified that treated effluent water, which is already there, irrigating parks, entered the potable water supply at both the pool and joint amenities. Investigations indicate this occurred from 20th of January to the 20th of February, so it happened for a month.
To a month to get people.
As soon as this was identified, immediate action was taken to isolate the affected supply. Now, Coolman Council closed the swimming pool at Coolman on Friday the 20th of Feb, and action has been taken to rectify the issue at the Coolman Caravan Park. No ongoing risk has been identified at that facility. Yeah.
Well, you would think that would make the Temora dependent, wouldn't you? It's only over the next shire. It's a moderately...
They're next door, and there's a lot of Coolman news in the paper, but it just didn't make the paper, so I don't know. Is there a media lockdown on this?
Well, there could be. Very possible.
Like, it's on Council's website. It's not like it's hidden.
Yes, but did it make any of the mainstream news?
I have not seen it in the Temora Independent.
No, but I don't read the Temora Independent, you see.
No, but even still, even when you go to the Temora Independent, they're trying to be a little bit regional. They're trying to cover off on the communities, around Temora.
Yeah.
And look, there's a whole...
Coolman Times.
There's a whole...
Oh, pardon me. You've got Coolman Golf, but it doesn't have Coolman Poo in the
actually,
water.
Here we go.
Poo in the pool.
They have got the story today.
Have they?
They have, but no headlines. And it's taken till...
Didn't get a headline.
It's been since the 20th of Feb. The first media release from the council was on the 25th of Feb, but here we are on the 12th of March. Oh, we've got the mayor stepping in.
Who, ours or theirs?
There's Dave.
Just got to check. I wouldn't be surprised if ours showed up over there. You get a photo taken.
Now, David's talking about recent media coverage about the incident at Coolman's. He said reports suggesting raw sewage entered the pool were incorrect. Well, we certainly didn't spread that, did we?
No, we didn't.
No.
Might be come off his Facebook page, did it?
Don't know. Yeah, look, he's trying to sort of hose it down, so to speak.
But a boom.
Yes. Trying to dilute the seriousness of it.
Says you're on a roll here tonight.
But yeah, look. This is an investigation found that 3 unrelated events combined to cause the incident. So, but
what are the 3 unrelated events?
Well, I don't know.
So now, when the nuclear disaster,
someone did a whittle, someone pressed flush, and someone turned a tap on.
Right, when there was a nuclear disaster at, like, where was it in Japan over there? Right, and they go, oh, what was a nuclear disaster? They forget that first there was an unrelated earthquake.
There was
that then followed by an unrelated tsunami that then resulted in the third element, which was a bit of a nuclear accident. I think only one person died of anything to do with the actual nuclear, if I recall. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if somebody's got a different number there, but I'm pretty sure most of the people who died in and around that were people who were wiped out by a fucking tsunami. It had nothing to do with the actual nuclear reactor in any way, shape or form.
I think at least we can rest assured that Coolman Shire Council come out and actually put a bit of a statement in the Independent when they believe that people have been saying there's been raw sewage in the pool.
To declare shitty behaviour.
But it's taken, 25th of Feb, 2 weeks for something that was on Coolman Shire Council's website, which is a pretty big scandal, really, I think. Like when a local government authority are pumping piss in the pool, that's a big deal.
Bloody oath it is.
Anyway, they've managed to avoid most of the media scrutiny. I can't believe Ben Fordham or someone hasn't picked that one up and kicked it round a bit. I think it would surely make some sort of news.
You'd hope so, but pardon me. I don't know.
One thing that I haven't seen, and I did a quick search the other day and haven't been back since. Goldenfields Water County Council haven't made any statements. Now, the thing that I can't get my head around is how, because they control the potable water supply.
Yep.
Now, how could treated effluent be connected to 2 sites where potable water is connected, and this treated effluent can't sort of backflow into the larger system? But Goldenfields Water haven't come out and made any statements regarding possible contamination. They seem to be real absent. Yet it would appear that someone has connected treated effluent, but that's into the potable water network, which is controlled by Goldenfields Water.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, maybe that's the three elements that are unrelated: Goldenfields Water, Coolman Shire Council, and the water.
I don't know. Maybe it's common sense, the truth, and reality.
Yeah,
they could be the 3 unrelated events.
Could very well be. It's 2026.
They could be the absence.
2026. Yeah,
we don't know. But anyway, like I say, it's pretty concerning, and I don't know how it happened. Look,
shit happens.
It does, but you don't have to put it in the pool.
Goodness. Right, what else has been going on? Arguably, you're driving the topics tonight because there's a reason I've made any videos since Sunday. It's because I've been fried. I think I heard a whisper that David Littleproud shit the bed finally and Matt Canavan's in charge of whatever's left of the National Party, which is, a bit too little too late, I reckon.
That'd be like being the lessee of Coolman swimming pool this part of the season when they've emptied the pool.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Really basically all Matt Canavan's going to do is just walk around club,
I imagine.
clean up the mess.
I've always thought Canavan was one of the
Yeah.
better senators floating around federal parliament, but he's also shit the bed pretty savagely the last probably 6 months to a year in ways that I sort of find pretty disappointing. So
ever since the last election, and like the Libs, the Nats actually retained their seats, and the Libs got absolutely pantsed.
Yeah, but look, the Nats retained their seats not because they were amazing or they've done anything fucking phenomenal. They did it because the 13% of the population that tends to be in the areas that may potentially vote Nationals just change their mind a lot slower. They do take their time and they're rusted on Nationals and they go, yeah, but my granddad voted Nationals and my dad voted Nationals and I own a flannelette shirt, so I better vote Nationals.
And also, when you look at how well things have turned out for us after all those years of that Liberal National government, where they ensured that Australia had really robust long-term fuel supplies on shore, and they ensured that their constituent landowners, the farmers, the producers of our food and sustenance, had access to locally produced fertiliser, and that they really looked after the bush because that's where their power was derived from. And you can just tell that they've just gone out of their way. Well, even when you look at the way that they performed when Chris Minns basically disaffected all of the rural population with the most recent iteration of his
gun laws,
gun grab.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are facing plague proportions of feral pigs, feral deer, foxes, and rabbits.
And feral politicians and
no,
bureaucrats.
We're talking about feral pests that we actually can target with firearms.
Oh, well, target the other ones with firearms.
Control and suppress. And they've made it actually harder for the people in the bush actually do their just eke out the miserable living that they've left us. I spoke to a business owner today, and he just felt so deflated. He said, here we are with this constant margin squeeze. There's nothing left in the lemon. Everyone's having a little squeeze.
Everybody's in the same. Everybody who works their clackers off in this country, and they're the only ones I actually give a shit about. To be honest, yes. The lazy can fuck right off. I do not care if you're starving. Yes, that sounds harsh, but I honestly don't. Well, if you produce nothing, contribute nothing, I don't care what happens to you. I'm a bit hunter-gatherer
in all of that. I think if you hunt and you gather, then you eat well. And if you want to be a hunter and gatherer and sit at the camp all day, well, what are you going to hunt and what are you going to gather? All you got to do is tax the poor bastard who does actually go out.
Now, if we had an unowned politician,
Oh, come on.
Now, I know. This is a little dream of mine.
Yes.
A little dream of mine.
Unicorns, they're called.
Well, yeah, because
blowing rainbows out of their behind.
An unowned politician.
No.
Somebody with some balls.
No such thing.
I know. Who come in, grab the whole show by the scruff of the neck, and I honestly.
The only way.
And for this to happen, the current political system in this country, the Westminster system, would arguably have to effectively just toss out for work.
No.
Would have to be tossed out for this work. I've thought of a million ways to try and make it work. With the Westminster system, we're never going to get a leader who can grab this country by the scruff of the neck in as fast a period of time as required to turn it around and do what needs doing.
But I don't need a leader to turn the whole fucking country around. New South Wales will do.
Well, yeah, but you can't just turn off one part.
But you can. This is what happened in COVID. Remember the states had more power than the feds.
Yeah. The whole thing was fucked, right?
That's how it works.
We need somebody who's going to come in with the capability and enough people power to go, fuck your Westminster system. I'm going to fix the joint.
Well,
this is how we're going to do it.
That sounds like a 2026 version of Idi Amin.
Could well be. may have to happen. I have such little faith in our current political system and the quality of leadership that it produces for us, the quality of outcome that it produces for us.
You think we might be better off with an ultra-violent coup that
I think. I'll be honest with you. I think one of those is inevitable. It's coming.
With a despotic.
One of those is going. That's going to come anyway. And if we're going to have a despotic leader, let's hope he's a bit benevolent and a bit charismatic
at the very least, and he's got a bit of style about it.
Absolutely. But I mean,
at the moment we've got despotic leaders.
No, they're all despotic, but they're also snivelling, gutless, fucking cowards. And I wouldn't. There's not one person in Parliament at the moment that I look at and I go, if Gallipoli happened tomorrow, if WW2 happened tomorrow, WW3 happened tomorrow, if it kicks off, there is not one person in that Parliament that I look at. All right, yeah, righto, I'll go grab my shit. Let's go and do it. Fuck it. Now, I'll do that for my country. I'm not a veteran, I never have been, but I fucking try to defend this joint where I can. And if World War III rolled out tomorrow and I thought to myself, yep, righto, let's go and get this sorted, I'll be thinking, oh, cool, let's do it. But there's not one person in that Parliament that would stand up and go, right, we're going to do, and this is why we're going to do it, that would make me go, he seems fair to him.
Right. I think there was a comment made about Keir Starmer the other day, along the lines of...
Trump said he's not fucking Winston Churchill's arsehole, and he's right.
He's no Winston Churchill. But also, Keir Starmer is in the process of trying to actually take away jury trials in the UK.
Of course, because we're heading that way, and that's where we're going anyway. This is where I guess I'm going with this thought.
Pure so the government controls the judiciary, because that's your separation of powers. You've got the judiciary, the legislators, and
the church and state separations and the whole.
There's
the reality of where I'm going with this thought bubble is we need somebody who's going to grab the whole thing by the balls, right? Now, Kieran here suggested sending home all Muslims and all Jews and let them kill each other over there without us. I've made similar arguments. I don't necessarily base it on religion, but I think if you're a scumbag who wants to do your wars, fuck off over there and do them wherever you're from. Doesn't matter what country you're from, what religion, what background. If you want to have your little fucking shitty wars, go and do them on home turf. You don't need to be doing them here where we're not that way inclined. But we need somebody who's going to come in and go, right, what's our number one resource in this country? And we've got more energy in this country than, every country on the planet would have a wet dream having our sort of resources.
Are you talking about in the human population?
No, oh, fuck me, no. Look, we need a bit of the World War thought.
That was a joke.
Some days during the World War thought process, I think might not be a bad thing. But, who's going to come in and go, right, there is oil available down in South Australia. Why are we not pumping it? Why are we not refining it? Urea, why are we not producing some of our own? Why we've got all this...
We've spoken about that because we've been sold out.
We've done it ad nauseum.
Because they've sold us out to the global corporations.
We have uranium. We should be running nuclear power. We have the best coal in the world because every other fucker buys it off us. So we need somebody who's going to go, right, first things first, power. Let's fucking get all those things up and running. I'd almost tolerate having, extorted from my taxes to pay for that shit.
Sorry. Back to that thought bubble. The legislature, so they're the politicians who make the laws. Yeah. The executive, who are the bureaucrats, and the judiciary.
Yeah, right.
So who are the law, the police.
And fair.
Oh, well, like I said.
Yeah, but they're all pretty corrupted and all mushed in together in a corrupt shithole of a setup.
But when Starmer takes over the judiciary, and basically inserts his judges into that system, and they take juries out of it.
Yeah.
The whole thing is basically an arm of government. So the separation of power is blurred.
It's already blurred. It's just going to be. It's not even going to be blurred. It would just be stopped.
If you go, but if you go and look at
Kia, he will decree who what.
Go and look at Victoria. Go and look at the inquiry into the COVID hotel fiasco.
I don't want to look at any of it. I want to throw every one of those people out of helicopters.
Chairman Dan. And then you go and watch the
helicopters.
Go and watch the Bike Boy podcast.
I haven't got time to watch the many podcasts people throwing at me.
Well, you can listen to it.
I haven't got time for this shit. Here's what I'm going to tell you is they're fucked. I've seen enough. Like video said today.
Yes.
We need somebody who's going to rev up the power production in this country, whereby Aussies and Aussie businesses, manufacturers, somebody goes, I want to build cars. They go, cool, electricity costs me nothing. We've got all the steel in the world.
Who's going to do it? How are you going to do it?
Well, as I said, we need somebody who's going to take the country by the scruff of the neck and go, we're going to start drilling, we're going to pull out the oil,
Yeah, but-
we're going to start
But
producing all this shit.
too many NIMBYs. There's too many politicians. There's too many greenies.
Isn't
There's
that
too
what I
many
just
special
said?
interest groups.
For this to happen,
Too
we
many
need...
SEALs. There's too many SEALs. There's
For
too
this
many...
to happen, somebody who is not owned, balls of steel, and come in, remove the Westminster system.
But
I've
who's
no
gonna
faith
vote
left
for
in
them?
it.
No one's going to vote.
You
for
don't
them.
need to vote because the Westminster system's gone.
Well, how are they going to
It's
get
gone.
in?
They walk in and they go, right, this is what we're doing.
What with?
Guns. Lots of
Are
fucking
they
guns.
walking with a Nick cricket bat, tap on the bench and say,
I mean,
righto, I'm here now.
that's fair. I might give that a crack because I've just about had a gutful.
Well,
we need guns. We need lots of guns.
no,
We
we
need guns.
don't. Yeah, look,
I have no. I've just got no faith in the political system
we'll have us all
whatsoever.
arrested with that sort of talk.
Oh look, that, for me, I think that's only a matter
Cricket
of time
bats.
with these bricks.
I'll draw the line at cricket bats.
You're
You know,
right.
you've got to turn up at Parliament with your cricket bat,
Done.
tap it on the table and say, look, we've had enough.
Take the handbrakes off on all the power. Start drilling our oil. And then we don't have diesel shortages. Dipshits.
What?
Right? Yes. Yes, and the farmers don't have problems. We're producing our own fertilisers. Hang on a minute. What a good idea that is. Oh, no, we can't do that because
Didn't COVID teach us anything? Did not COVID teach us that we have to be a little bit more self-sufficient?
No.
And yet here we are.
It taught us that if things don't go well, the government will hand you some money and you'll be okay.
I think we're all going to be basically having COVID lockdowns, but they're not going to be COVID lockdowns. There's going to be diesel lockdown.
Well, it's going to be life lockdowns. That's what they want to do. They don't want... Listen,
Now, is this convoluted angle to actually get us all into electric vehicles?
Absolutely. Chris Bowen was banging that fucking drum the other day. Well, if you had an electric vehicle, listen, my price is fucking better than my diesel prices at the moment, you fuckwit.
Yes, exactly. And if you go and charge your electric car at home at the current power prices, I don't think there'd be too much fucking difference.
No, none whatsoever.
So,
Right? But I do think it's absolutely a step towards the managed decline, which is no longer managed. It's now just plummeting out of fucking... We're just plummeting out of control in bullshit. I was watching Albo on fucking Shitsville TV today.
what was that MH370? That was a managed
Managed decline. But he's still waffling on trying to tell everyone there's nothing to see here. There is no problem. No problem with diesel. Well, listen, fuckhead. Now, he went on a tirade at the time. He's fucking scope. It was a dipshit. I have no time for Scott Morrison whatsoever. I'm not
it's just
defending him.
shit calling a dipshit,
But-
and a dipshit.
But yeah, but like you've got Scott Morrison who, when the petrol prices hit $2 something back when he was king lord and fucking dead shit, and now Albo's at nearly $3 in some places,
Oh, absolutely more.
over $3 in some places, and Albo, see Morrison, you don't even know how much petrol is, rah 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 rah.
Yeah.
They're all so hyper full of shit. It's not funny, and then
But
they
he's-
all have the audacity to go on television and just tell us how fucking lucky we are.
Albo's got a PB.
Oh, fuck, look at me go. Highest fuel prices ever. And no problem,
But
nothing
he's
to
got a
do
few
here.
PBs. He's got highest power prices ever, highest insurance prices ever, highest food prices ever, highest real estate prices ever, lowest comparative wages ever. Like,
And you know
we're
what?
winning.
And here's the scary part. The LNP keep looking like they're looking. He'll win again next game.
He will be sitting.
And we're going to sit here looking really confused. And the people out here...
I'm not.
And the
confused.
people out here, though, that I talk to on a daily basis who say things to me like, yeah, well, fuck, that's it. He's not going to get in again. Pauline will be Prime Minister and fuck, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't want to take too much wind out of his sails.
Yeah.
But based on current trajectory, as much as it pains me, Albo will be Prime Minister again.
Yeah. And stop sniffing glue.
And fucking, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than what's currently going on to fucking overthrow this fucking turd out of the joint.
But
they've got an iron grip on the
overthrow
joint.
to what?
That's my point.
And
To what? People go,
Don't
Pauline,
worry.
and I like Pauline. Don't get me wrong.
worry.
Pauline's not the sole, she doesn't have the capabilities.
Can you imagine the absolute field day the bureaucrats are having with the weak leaders in the legislature?
Yeah.
The bureaucrats, the executive would be just writing their own tickets, doing whatever they want.
That's what they're doing now. They've been doing it for 20 years.
Yes.
And it's just getting more and more.
And we're buried.
Look,
We're so buried in legislation, rules, and governance and planning and law that they can still connect up the treated effluent to the clean water supply at Coolman.
yeah.
So even with all of those layers and all of that bullshit, they're still fucking it up.
Oh, look, these people, that's what they do.
There's never been more defective apartments built.
Yeah.
Yet here we are we've never had more oversight.
Oh, but we and I discussed it, we've argued about it. I don't think oversight solves the problem. If a building company builds a block of flats, everybody does. That company's out of that's nature taking its course. Yes. You bought a flat, and yes, there are consequences to that, and it's sad. But
that's probably what you're saying there is because of all of the compliance and all of the oversight, the average punter
just assumes that whoever they buy from, they are protected, they are safe.
They assume that something's been built to a standard.
Of course they do. Because everybody else is looking after me, not me looking after me.
Now, I went to a meeting last week at Temora Heritage Committee, and one of the subjects that came up was accessibility of some of the older buildings in the main street.
Yeah.
Now, an elderly resident also raised the issue of the lack of fair and equitable access into the town hall. Now, this is the abhorrent fact. The town hall has spent over about 3 different developments over about the last 10 years. The best part of $1 million spent on it.
Well, that's all right. It's other people's money. They don't give a shit.
And as a consequence, there is no fair and equitable access. The accessible access is not to code. It wasn't to code when it was built, and it remains not to code today. Do you believe that the designers in their wisdom managed to put the main access at the point of greatest difference of the finished floor level inside and the natural ground level outside, which requires multiple steps and an access ramp? Now, they could have put the main entrance around at a point where there was very minimal difference between the finished floor level inside and the ground level outside, but that would be way too fucking sensible. Now, get this. As much as Temora Shire Council have kicked me in the butt and made my life hell for the last 8 years, would you believe I'm the one who's come up with a cost-effective solution to rectify the problem?
Bulldozer.
Yes. But would you believe in this meeting, this heritage meeting, the guy who was at the Terry Dunster, who's a director of council, mentioned the solution that I actually put forward, but didn't even have the decency to say, Councillor Irvine,
I put this guy
made a very sensible suggestion that it's going to be cost effective, and it has to address all shortcomings in the original balls up. So I'm not going to let them forget. I'm the guy that you've absolutely hosed on the town hall job, and I'm still fixing the fuck ups. That's what kind of guy I am.
Oh, look at you.
I'm not going to punish the community for the stupidity of others.
Yeah.
So if I can come up, like the suggestions I was putting forward were ridiculous and horrendous and absurd. And I actually walked in there and I just cast an eye over it, and I recalled how the access used to work. And I just said, look, put a door in there, decorate it, put a bit of an portico over the top for a bit of wet weather access, massage the ground levels of the pavers out the front, job done. Tick.
Oh, look at you go.
No, and this is the thing. No thanks. No credit. These wankers, seriously, pray and goodness flows up at Temora Council, problems and blame flows down. That's how it works. We take in the good, we build ourselves up. I've had situations there where I know that I've come up with really good workable solutions for these people, and they just take all the credit for it. I'm solving their problems. They take all the credit for it. They don't recognise any of it. And then when the shit hits the fan, they will throw you
right under the bus.
Oh, God, yeah. And make sure that there's about 3 other buses coming after that one if the first one is you. And the funny part, they happened to actually survive that fussing and bounce back up and heal up. And
Yeah.
come at 'em.
They're very confused.
They're
Yeah,
paper thin.
yeah, no
There's
doubt.
not much to them.
Nope, not
So-
a thing, not a thing. Now, Andrew here has mentioned that our problems haven't even started yet. 1,400 jobs gone in one tech company. That was Atlassian, which is one of Australia's biggest tech companies. Mike Cannon Brooks is
Yeah.
the snivelling little greeny dead shit prick that runs that. He's one of those hardcore socialists where everybody deserves a job and everybody deserves
Well, not a
equal everything right up until it starts hurting his bottom line, and then he's as big a capitalist as everybody else. And see you later. And they used AI as the argument, which I did say a little bit about that today. It is only the beginning of mass unemployment, and the future being no judges, no jury, no lawyers or barristers. Arguably, you can do an awful lot of stuff without
There's some
lawyers and
elements,
stuff
some
now.
elements of that. I actually believe that if it actually, a lot of my matters were just put through an AI model, I'd come out in front.
Gotcha, yeah, I do that with plenty of stuff now. I don't even bother.
Yeah, like I've had to go through a lot of bullshit, but when you actually sit there and just common sense and analyse it, the solution is just no, they're wrong and you're right.
Yeah.
It's just all the bullshit in between. So that's interesting. Now, we had committee day on Tuesday. We've got a council meeting next Thursday. That'll be interesting. There's some really fruity stuff coming up. But I'll talk more about that next week.
Yeah.
Because it's better to talk about it after the fact than before. I'm a bit more free in my
Communications with the public.
with the protocols.
Yeah, fair enough.
After the fact, I can talk about things a bit more after the fact as opposed to before the fact.
This is what happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
fair
you know
enough.
what I mean? So that'll be interesting, and we'll have all the resolutions that we can talk about.
Yeah, well, that'll be good. Now, I mean, I've banged on for a long time. We're on a bit of a trajectory of Venezuela. Not in the more recent Venezuela where Trump
I reckon that's a bit
took their
unkind
shit.
to Venezuela.
No, well, I mean, if you go back through their history, that same 40, 50 years ago that a lot of these countries really, really came unstuck, we're just coming up on that territory now.
Yeah.
And Albo's gang are definitely students of the
ScoMoisation of the country.
well, the Venezuelan
but
isation of the country.
The Venezuelan School of Economics.
Economics, yeah. And if anybody does do their homework, go back and look at Venezuela 30, 40 years ago. Resources were great, money was plenty, really prosperous country. They fucking went headfirst into socialism, thought it was great, and now they're pretty much collapsed multiple times, and they kind of half struggle along and then collapse again, and it's a bit of a shit show. But I had a bit of a look at it, and I used.
But if you can't afford internet because you can't afford rent and you haven't got a house, just get a postcard of somewhere in Victoria, and that'll give you an idea of what it looks like.
Now, Victoria was voted today the most beautiful city in the world or something such bullshit. Yeah, right. But historically, this stuff has happened. So big fuel shortages like we're currently facing, it's happened before.
I don't know. When's Ronald going to pull his head in? There's been some funny things happen. There seemed to be some conversation that they were going to allow India to actually access some sanctioned Russian oil, and it seemed to be some sort of a generous gesture on part of the Ronald. But the Indians just said, "We didn't need your permission, son." We were just getting it.
We didn't ask.
We didn't ask. We're just getting it.
Yeah.
So Donald seems to think that those sanctions have been eased. The Indians seem to think that the sanctions didn't matter.
Yeah, fair enough too.
And Vlad said, "Well, I'll take your rupees."
Yeah.
No problem, am I?
Yeah, send some over here.
Yeah, I'll take your rupees. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not in the petrodollar. It doesn't have to be in the petro. I'll take it in bloody cows.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. What are we actually trading here, and what matters?
Yes. Yeah. So
it's
I don't know. The petrodollar is the last roll of the dice for the petrodollar.
It's fucked. I think it's a bit fucked. No, it don't get accident. I know I'm a paranoid lunatic and all that sort of shit, but it fits in with the, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. It fits in with, what's going to, and just Australia. Let's not even look at the rest of the world. Diesel's gone through the roof. Now there's going to be some folks in the audience that are already
the people in bloody Newtown.
Oh, it's fucking going to.
No, it doesn't, because they don't use diesel.
I know they don't use diesel. I know that they don't use anything farmers produce because they
there would not be anyone who drives a road train in Newtown.
No. No,
No, they don't need them.
They-
See, they're sensible, dude.
no, they're more than sensible. They're highly intelligent.
Yes, but they're very.
And they don't even need those horrible polluting farmers for anything.
They're more evolved than us.
Absolutely they are. Because those filthy climate change causing farmers,
Mm.
we don't need any of their
No,
filthy
they're much
products
higher life
because
form.
we get our products from like green friendly places like Woolworths
And Costco.
and Costco, yes, you know, and that doesn't require any farming
No.
because that has
Because
like green logos on the
and it's in
packets and shit.
plastic.
Yeah, that's right. And these dumb fucks, they're gonna find it a lot harder than what we're gonna find it. I suspect the people on land who are currently thinking about going, you know what am I going to bother for this? They're thinking that they'll probably survive. Fuckwits in Sydney, when that food stops for a week or two, don't worry about the toilet paper wars. It's going to get fucking hectic. And, you know, there are people screaming. Their freight businesses are this far on the edge because diesel is just unaffordable. When they pull their trucks up and go, we can't afford to drive anywhere.
Not even the unaffordable part. We're getting situations where you actually can't get it.
Well, you can't get it even if you can't afford it.
Yeah.
And the ones who can't afford it are just going, well, we can't do it. We've got to put our prices up. And people are going, well, we can't afford to pay more. Then what's going to happen? Again, this is me doing 3 jigsaws up the road.
Mm-hmm.
So the farmers turn around and go, fuck it, we're not delivering you nothing. They scream, they squeal, they whatever. The farmers go, well, we're not producing anything. Okay, that's all good right up till their money runs out. That land's no longer theirs, and all of a sudden, who's going to buy it? Who's going to be able to afford to buy it? It's not going to be you or me. I can't afford to go and buy a farm. Altura Ag, not just Altura Ag, but your T's, your Cargills, your the mega corporations will take those properties over, and then you are absolutely food slaves. Then you're on such a trajectory. There will be. You know, the chicken industry is a good one. There's only about 3 chicken companies in all of Australia. For a country that eats so much chickens, everything comes out of, what is it, Steggles, and is it Bayada, the other one?
Yeah.
And I think there's about maybe 2 minor, you know, Joe up the road has chooks. But as these things dilute further and further down into 1 or 2 enterprises and entities, we as people become bigger slaves. There is no way around it. If the trucking companies stop, what's the first thing the government started crapping on about the other?
The big blokes won't stop. All the little blokes will
stop. Little blokes will stop, and guess who's going to buy up their shit?
The big blokes.
The big blokes are going to take over their runs. They're going to buy up their shits for penny on the dollar, and if the bloke who's just been broken this week over this shit is lucky, he might get a job driving his own truck for some other bastard.
And he gets to make the payments on it.
That's right. But that happens there. That happens on the farms. And then again, you end up with this case system of workers are workers and everybody else. The first thing the government rolled out the other day was price controls. Well, we need to put price controls in place. That's never once in history. Not fucking once. A country that had a crisis on fucking planet Earth. Price controls don't fucking work. Every single lands in a bit of shit goes, well, we need to control the prices. Because do you know how clever we are? We are so intelligent that the other 5 trillion times throughout history it was tried and failed. We're a bit smarter than they are. We'll get it right.
Well, Chris Bowen will.
Chris Bowen is an absolute fucking retard. And the sooner he trips, falls, and gets struck by lightning while wearing roller skates, the better. But it all flows on to this ownership of us. Small businesses are being eradicated at a rate of fucking knots.
Because we're allowing it.
Yeah, we're allowing it, but they're also pulling levers that make it almost impossible for it to not happen.
I'm gonna
if
I'm gonna let loose on something that blew my mind this week.
Well, rightio. Here's a question. Or not even a question. I'll do this as fucking homework this week. Probably get 5 minutes to scratch myself.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna sit down with my good mate AI, and I know some people was really worried about AI.
My initials.
Yeah. And I know people are scared of AI, and rightly so. There's a lot to be nervous about, but there is also some good shit. I'm going to get AI to scour the internet and go through the last 200 businesses in Australia that have declared bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And ask some questions. Some of them are the mains when these businesses went under. And I'll put it on the table right now. I bet you over 70% of those businesses, major it would have been ATO. Is when, if that's the case, I'm wrong in my hunch. It's only a hunch now. I haven't actually done the homework. If more than 70% of business has gone into administration, whatever you want to call it, over, say, the last 5 years, their major debt is only to the ATO. We have a government that's actively destroying businesses by choice. That's my suspicion. I reckon this little experiment will prove me correct. People go, well, why would they do that? They do that because they don't want small businesses. They want tax of place. They want to control everything, and the easiest way to control everything, if you've got to collect tax out of 1,000 pesky builders, it's a lot of work. And why can't we just make them all one big building company who all do what they're told? And if they're run by the government as a building company, off the builders go at the government's instruction, and they don't have to collect any tax off them because they're doing their bidding. It's just socialism in the extreme. It's animal farm shit. It's a great big feedlot for cattle, and that's all we're heading to. And we're going out at 100 miles an hour. It scares the living shit out of me.
I've had a gutful. I'm going to get it off my chest because I always feel better when I get it off my chest.
That's good.
There's been a concerted campaign in this community from some people to shit-can me and shit-can my business and shit-can that I go about it.
Right.
Now, I delivered some of our high-quality product to one of our long-term clients in the Temora Rugby League Football Club this week. And I was gobsmacked when I looked along the fence to see the state of repair that one of the ground signs was in, because we've got ground signs up there that have been there for 15 to 20 years. And they're still serviceable. They don't look brand new. That's impossible. But they're certainly still serviceable. And our target lifespan for any of these products is 10 years.
Yep.
We try to ensure that the minimum service life of these products is 10 years. We source all our products and we specify all our products to try and achieve that consistently.
Yeah.
A lot of market research. We're under extreme pressure all the time by cheap replacement products and cheap competitors. But invariably their product isn't anywhere near as good.
Chinese shit or whatever that they've imported.
Even if they've got good production processes,
pardon me,
if they're just buying cheap material,
they'll
have a failure. Well, I looked up along the fence and there's a sign there. It's 2.5 years old.
Yeah, right.
And it's completely toast. Now, it's a digital print. So for anyone who doesn't know how the basic small sign shop digital print process works, you generally feed a roll of print media into your printer, which is a self-adhesive vinyl film. Once you've printed it, the correct procedure is to hang it and outgas it so all the solvents have released out of the product, and then you apply a overlaminate film, which is another piece of vinyl type film, which is a self-adhesive clear for anyone. It's like the old contact, but on steroids.
Yeah.
That you used to cover your books with at school. So you've got your print layer, then you put your overlaminate over the top, and then you apply that to the substrate, which will be sheet metal or composite panel or whatever it might be. And that's your finished product. So you've got your base carrying sheet board, you've got your print, and you've got your overlaminate. Now, this one is 2.5 years old ballpark. That overlaminate, and you can see the overlaminate has shrunk here on this product by about 2 inches. And then it's decided to lift up and tear and degrade. Like, it's completely rooted. Like, I can't believe...
So it certainly doesn't do the business justice. Well,
I just can't believe at the level that's degraded in that period of time.
Yeah.
I'd have to actually go out and try and source material. I think you'd have to ask specially for material that poor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where to buy.
So I'm assuming this isn't an Anthony Irvine job.
Well, 100%. This is the difference. This is the difference. This is what I'm facing on a daily basis, where people say, "Oh, you're too dear." No, I'm fucking not. That's the alternative. If you want stuff like that, I can match it.
I know you can't.
I can.
You can be that shit.
I can find shit like that not to. I usually try and give people value for money in a reasonable service life. Now, that's what I've always aimed for. And I've only been doing it for 40 years. I've been in the trade this year 40 years. I've been in business for myself since 1990, 36 years. The guy who produced this, he's no longer doing them. Now, I think when you look at that, I don't know what his reasons were for hanging up the I won't say brush, but hang up his
little toolkit, whatever he's using.
squeegee. But if he's going to have warranty claims like this after 2.5 years, clearly the business would be underway.
Oh, sure.
Because you can't produce shit, even just the panel that you've put it on, you've wasted the panel. And it's just absolute shit. So for anyone out there who wants to keep stint stuff, stab me in the back and arm a riff and all the rest of it, blow it out your ass. Go and have a look around town at all the good shit that I've done and the lifespans that I achieve, and just absolutely blow it out your ass. This is the best advertising that I could possibly imagine for my business. It seriously is. This is the difference. So, it's just another example of this small-minded tall poppy, and also the Temora Mafia takedown, where people sit there and they have an opinion on things they know nothing about, and they don't do any empirical testing, and they just sit there and they have an opinion and people actually believe them. Well, stop doing it. Open your eyes and actually look at the performance that I'm achieving with some of these projects. I've got stuff that's been out there in Hoskin Street now for 25 years, 26 years, and it's still there and it's still going. This is 2.5. So I'm achieving 10 times the service life of some of this shit, and you're still hanging shit on me. Pull your heads in. Open your eyes. Have a look around. Stop hassling me and start actually appreciating what I bring to this community. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely up to here with it. There's some people in this community who actually appreciate what we provide and what we've brought here since I moved my business here and decided to make Temora my home.
But you're not local, so that's your problem.
I don't give a black rat's ass. I live here, so I'm local. I've got a house. I've had a house here since 2000. I'm local. I don't give a flying. I've got my family. I'll tell you how local. And you've got McRae heritage here right back to the goldfields. But one of my grandfather's brothers was in Australia at the Temora Museum in Melbourne. My family, or my forebears, have been doing business in this community for a long time, and they've got deep relationships. My men used to go down shearing with all the Killenbill crew. Don't shit me. And don't treat me like an imbecile. And certainly don't treat yourselves like imbeciles. Open your eyes and actually do some sensible comparison and stop listening to the bullshit. Look at what you get. If you don't want to use me, that's fine. But that's the alternative. Or that's one of the alternatives. There's other alternatives, but here's one of the alternatives, and this is the outcomes you achieve. 2.5 years. Now, the sign that this one replaced was about 20 years old and it was still serviceable, and it was done for the same client.
Yep.
So they opted not to go with us for this option.
Yep.
They opted to go with another supplier.
Which is their right, of course.
But they've got massive teeth in their arse.
Oh, well, that's what happens. Sometimes there are consequences for choice.
Like paper towel, if they do shed it here, they get paper towel and they can wipe their tears.
Fair enough too.
But like I say, so look, I've been subjected to some of the most concerted campaign of character assassination in a small country town that anyone has ever had to be subjected to. And I'm walking through it, it's washing off, and I'm just being reinforced at every opportunity when I see stuff like this, and it's just further validation of the situation.
And you know what? Addressing it, I think, is the best way to do any of that sort of shit. You know,
Well,
like,
what am I going to do? I'm just going to tell everyone. I'll have a look, and if you're not happy, look, just have a look at the way that stuff performs. Look at how long you've had something on your car or out the front of your business.
yeah,
And just ask yourself, do you think you've had value for money? I've always had the opinion, working in the country, that we have to rely upon repeat business. Now, that repeat business isn't generated off having signs that fail every 2 years,
no.
so that people have to keep buying the same sign 5 times in 10 years. No, our repeat business relies on the fact that they do get a good lifespan out of our product, so they're quite happy to invest in the product that we make.
Yeah, next time round or for the next project or the other club that they're involved in.
So that they're getting a service life.
Yeah.
So that they know that if they put our product out there, they're going to get a good run out of it.
Yeah.
That's why they buy our stuff. They don't buy our stuff because it's the cheapest, because they know the cheapest isn't the smartest.
Yeah. Oh, well, the results of it.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty. And this is the thing. It's time to collect 40 years of effort, 36 years of business. It's time to actually collect on that legacy, because I have got the runs on the board and I can demonstrate our performance in the field.
Yep.
And I've got examples. I've
got
examples all over the Riverina of my product performing really well in the field. So anyway, I just needed to get that off my chest. And I feel so much better.
Well, that's what it's all about.
I think it is, because bottling that shit up's no good.
I agree. I never bottle any shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what I think is where I'm at. I don't give a rat's ass.
No, you haven't got all these dead cats that you've been carting around that you have to keep resurrecting. No, get it off your chest and you just feel better. So, like I say, and to that end, this is where we're coming and we're talking about this whole bull situation where small businesses are being attacked, and you have to plant your feet and fight back. You have to rely on your community to understand what you bring to the community and hope that your community supports you. I'm really lucky that after this really sustained attack on my integrity and on my reputation, that a vast majority of the community actually see the value we bring, and they're only too happy to support us. And we've got a lot of really good work at the moment.
Yeah.
But that end, I've had to say to a couple of clients, if you're in a board meeting or if you're in a committee meeting and someone pops up and says, we'll get that job cheaper, I say to them, we can match that price. It just won't last as long.
Yeah.
We can go and buy the cheap shit.
Yeah.
We choose not to. We make that decision for you. We try and give you
the highest quality product.
Our 40 years of experience to get the best value for you. You know what I mean?
I dig it.
And it's the same as you do in every that you go to work, you try and give the client the best outcome.
That's all you can
do. Because in the country, you want them to come back again and again and again, and you want them to be satisfied that they're getting the best outcome.
I try really hard to ensure that everybody, so we got cars, pest control, freight. It's fucking mental, right? I've even picked up a job cleaning out deceased estates coming up. And that came from a pest control job.
Fair enough.
So what I'm finding at the moment is a lot of people will do transaction with me. Obviously, you're speaking to them for a day or two, depending on how quick the transaction goes along. What else do you do? Oh, yeah, I do this, I do that. Oh, shit, come and spray my house.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with, your service here. I'm really happy with how upfront you were with me about what you do and don't know and where you're at. I don't pretend to be the and all of cars. I'm not even close to that. My job really is just going through the cars with the person, working out what they do and do not know. If we do not know together and they have questions, we find it out. And I facilitate the transaction. I sit there and talk to you. I mean, I've got a bit of an idea of some cars and their, literage and watts and, torque and all that fun stuff, Right, that's a used car. There's, on any given week, there's 70 or 80 different cars. They're all with different specs. I don't know all that. I'm not even going to pretend I do. Some people come on and they say things like, I don't know anything about cars. And I go, good, that makes two of us. What would you like to figure out? And we'll figure it out together. And then off we go. They'll get friends, get their, I'll call them back, which is seemingly a superpower.
Yes. And if you tell them you're going to give them this and this and this in the deal, they'll get that and that.
Yeah. And if I fuck anything up, which does happen, I go out of my way to try and fix it up or solve the problem. Or
it's the easiest way.
Mate, I had some locals here in town, pest control wise.
Yes.
And I tell you what, I think it was in and around the Christmas period. And it was mental. It was just, it just happens. And I had them penciled in for a Saturday. I brought it penciled in on the wrong Saturday, whatever the day was. And they rang me. I just checked. So I'll be the first in the morning. They left a box of chocolates. No, you didn't have to do that. I said, no, it's not about that. I know I don't have to do it because every other half-assed tradie or service provider in Australia feels like it's their right to
turn up late,
turn up when they want, not give a shit. And I don't want to be that guy. If I sign up somewhere, I try to be there as accurately as I can. With the pest control jobs, I try to text them when I'm an hour out. I'm just starting this job, which means I'll be an hour to an hour and a half. I'm expecting to be at your place between this time and this time. And then I try to be there at that time. Something else, if there's a modification in that, you let them know. It's not that hard.
No. And today,
like,
people are so busy that quite often someone has to actually take an hour off work or something to come and let you in.
Exactly.
And then if you don't turn up,
you're just taking the absolute piss out of people who are trusting you with their money and service. And that's this ceased estate job. We got a call pest control wise from a fellow who's lost his sister in Moira. He's down the coast somewhere. Mice reading all the possessions while they were going through probate, whatever. Can you go and sort out A, B, and C for me? Yeah, mate, look, more than happy to. Looked after him a couple of times. So he wanted to do that, then he wanted to do a pest inspection, then he wanted to, there was a bit of a process. So, yeah, mate, no worries at all. And he rings me up and he goes, mate, I know you've got your little freight business. Would you be willing to help us do an end of lease? Clear? Never really thought about it. He goes, well, I already trust you as a provider. I can trust you with my sister's house and things. And we've sold the house and we need to get it ready for sale, or for, transit. Well, I've got a truck. I've got a van.
I've got some people.
I've got a couple of blokes who can lift heavy things. Look, let me work out a plan for you. Happy to service you. Happy to look after you. And no doubt, I mean, from this particular customer, I may never get another service out of him because obviously the house that's in question's gone. But I have a feeling there will be other people referred to from this fella. Or there'll be a little reference, or there'll be a little, I posted the other day, I got a text message from a customer who I'd found as a car client. She bought a Nissan Patrol off me. And then would you come and since then she sent other people to me for car service because I think I looked after her pretty well. She obviously felt like she did. So I ended up doing the pest control at the house. And then she sent me this text and sorry, I forgot all about it, but everything's amazing. Everything died that was supposed to die. The ant problem that we had is under control. Thank you so much. Beautiful. And, from that, another 2 or 3 referrals will come through and my business will continue to grow step by step, bit by bit. I will go above and beyond a little bit. And will I get everything right? God fucking no. I am effectively a one-man band other than the freight, where I've obviously got drivers driving because I can't be in 3 places at once, but I take the bookings. I get the customers. I serve customers cars around. I do it under my quick cars better. Why do I do it under I have a breath in a because I'm kind of my own marketing. I do my own advertising. I bring in customers from my own networks that probably the other salespeople don't kind of do. You know, I actually will pay my own ads. None of the other guys will spend their own money to promote their own the company's car to sell them, but I will. Because I get paid, and people get really excited. Oh, you make what I tell you, every car I sell is $200. Less because Albo's going to take a piece. So I'm not saying that it's not like getting $5,000 commissions or anything like that, right? So there's for the record, happy enough for anybody who, you know, that's what it is. So I sold just shy of 200 cars last year. I'm going for 250 this year. You guys do the math, right? Yep. And we get our wage. But I do those above and beyond things in the car sales where I can. I'll do them in the pest control where I can. I'll do them in the, you know.
I was just looking for a message.
Restaurants and cafes will ring me up and they'll go, you're the only bloke that will come and do our cafe after hours. Because all the other pesties want to charge them exorbitant amounts of money to go there after hours. And I was a chef for 25 years. Yeah. I don't want some prick in overalls spraying chemicals around while I'm feeding my customers. So it makes sense to me that if I'm going to go and look after a cafe, let me know when you close up. I'll try and be there right on close time, or I'll come in on the weekend, or I'll come in at a stupid time overnight if need be, if that's most suitable, just to look after you. And I'll see you 3 or 4 times a year, whatever the case may be.
I was looking for a message, a client that we did a job for in Cootamundra, and I actually looked up the job file. It was 20 years neat.
Yeah, right.
And the guy's replacing his sign. Not because it's worn out.
You just want to change the logos up.
No, because he's got a different real estate company managing the property for him. So he's got storage units.
Oh, rightio, okay.
So yeah, he's got a different property company managing the property for him. And I said, well, you're not going to pay it. Surely that's by the end of life. He said, no, sign. I was like, well, I'm sure you do after 20 years. Like, for Christ's sake, mate.
Yeah, but come on, surely that's an acceptable.
Yeah, as opposed to 2.5. Yeah. Now, you've done that job 8 times. And my 20-year-old job still looks better than that 2.5-year-old job.
Fuck, that was rough, yeah.
But it looked a lot more serviceable when it was put up, so it looked okay, and that's the worst part about this cheap shit. It looks okay.
Yeah.
Until it doesn't.
Yeah.
And, you know, just do the comparison. Just do the comparison yourself. Go out, if you've got one of our jobs, just go out and think about when you got it, have a look at how it looks.
So, and also when you are, obviously, a lot of people who watch these programs, when you are looking for a service provider of any description, try and find somebody of similar values and support their business.
Yes.
I needed a diesel mechanic the other day in Yass, and I spent hours trying to work out who was going to be the right fit for me.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody on my shit. I want somebody who's going to be aligned.
Yes, but also reliable, accurate, efficient.
If I find somebody who's going to do the job, has similar values,
yes.
I'd rather my money goes to similar values than some other asshole, if I can.
And you certainly like to, if you're going to pay money to have something fixed, generally the proviso is that it gets fixed.
That's a pretty important factor, yeah.
Yeah. So
yes, yeah. So that's something well worth looking for.
But it's a throwaway world, and that's the sad part about it. And people have become so demanding, and even to the point that sometimes it might take a provider of a good product 2 or 3 weeks to get your product together for you, where you can have it from a cheaper provider in a week.
Yeah, of course.
Depending on what it is. I know sometimes I get snowed under, and there's certain things which are a special skill set and a special headspace and just a special level of commitment where you just can't get to that job for a period of time, and it frustrates me. But the one thing that they can rest assured of is when I turn up, I don't turn up and mash a job out to say I met your time frame.
Yeah,
I'll wear he's a bit
slower.
It was a bit slower, but
I got really good. It lasted for 20 years.
Yes, I drove up the road there. We did the not new now, the Delta Ag building
Yeah.
up in the industrial estate there, and it still looks as good as the day it was done. Now, it'd have to be, oh God, it'd have to be 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
But I'm tipping if it's anything like the other ones, it'll be a 15, 20-year job.
Yep.
And like,
Yeah, so well worth the money for sure.
like, well, I don't, like I say, whenever you gave them the quote, they never smiled. It was always, oh.
Oh,
But-
it's that much, but it's just some paint.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I just don't know whether the comparisons have been done. Yeah, it's just that element of it. And I know that the stuff that's in general circulation nowadays for the digital print and that, it doesn't come anywhere near that type of product, because those hand painted big Delta stores and that, they last and last and last. Yeah, I'd be interested. I'll just have a little quick look see. One thing I've found interesting with the photo storage and stuff, you can actually search by name.
Yeah, right.
And it'll go and find all the instances of that particular business. Now, there we are. 2022, I've got down.
Well,
So that job's just ticked over.
4 years.
4 years old. And like I say, it still looks brand new. 2.5-year-old job that's razzed,
Yeah,
we're already a mile in front.
absolutely. Well and truly.
And that's the key thing. Now, I think we have to try and maintain the vibrant, independent, small business economy, because that's where the freedom of choice is. That's where the future is. If we lose that autonomy, if we lose our self-determination in that space, and everyone basically is just working for 2 or 3 global corporate entities, we're
not far off there, let me tell you.
But we are slaves.
We are far closer to that point than you think.
No. I know that about 50% of the people in Australia are employed by the government.
Yep.
And about 30% of the remaining 50% are probably employed by multinationals.
Yep.
And then I reckon there's about 10% in that mid-tier and about 10% in the smalls. But it's 50% are employed by the government. Then when you take all your Woolworths, Coles and Bunnings type employers, I reckon they take up about the next 30%.
Yeah.
You probably got about 10% of that medium size.
We just feed lot cattle, mate.
Oh,
Feed lot cattle.
I reckon I might be being a bit kind saying 10% of small business.
I reckon I'm pretty nihilistic at the moment with the whole thing, just going, we're just about rooted. I
still will fight to the end.
Oh, mate, I'm running 3 enterprises fighting to the end.
Absolutely.
But
I've managed to chisel out a living working for myself for 36 years.
Yeah. But that's because technically, as you've just explained, you don't work for yourself. You work for some really good clients, and you work to make sure that your clients get looked after immaculately so that they want to use you again.
Well, I hope that's the case.
And that's where a lot of people get confused. Well, you for yourself, you're loaded. You're loaded.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
No.
Probably do all right. Or, it must be great to be your own boss. You just work your own hours and you, yes, fucking all of them.
Yeah.
Every fucking own man.
The big penalty that we face to the product that we put out into the marketplace is we're competing generally against an inferior product.
Yeah.
And a lower price. So if anything, we actually take a haircut on our price.
To be in the ballpark.
Well, to win the work. And we're still at a premium.
Yeah.
But we're not at the premium that probably we should be at when you consider what we bring to the table and the materials and the quality that we bring. That to that end, that's just always been the balancing act, But like I say, we try and drive a real value proposition for our clients, and at the moment, like even still working, we've got good forward orders, and a workshop for projects. And because we are what we are and who we are, we've got the strength to carry solid stock loads.
Pardon me.
And this is, for some people at the moment, they're really hurting hard. For us, believe it or not, it's enhancing our competitive advantage because we've got local work and we're a local provider. We're exposed to the massive fuel hikes. Have slight increases in our freight delivery costs, but our cost to service people aren't going to be affected because we're here.
Yeah.
And we've got a shed full of local work, so we're not going to be burning diesel to do it.
Yep.
So anyone who wants to come from a remote location and compete with us, they're going to be having to carry or
the extra
pass on,
extra fuel costs,
or pass on those extra fuel costs and all those imposts. So if anything, the current situation
helps you a bit.
Well, it makes us more
competitive.
So you know what I mean? Like that's why
winners and losers at everything for sure.
Well, like I say, I'm just trying to. I'm going to notice the biggest impediment. I've got a couple of things I want to do. There's a thing called the Lost Trades Fair.
Right.
It's a lot of bearded wankers
Yeah.
doing handicrafts.
Yeah.
But there would be some really, really, really smart, switched-on people there.
Yeah.
Now, it's down.
I used to do a keto with a bloke who had a full blacksmith's shop set up, and he'd still work it. And...
Yeah, so it's down at Hanging Rock in Victoria, and it's at the end of the month. And I'm pretty keen to go down there, but obviously my fuel costs have just doubled. But because I work a lot, like we use our technology, don't worry about that, but we also bring a lot of hand skills and a lot of craft to what we do.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to go in there and just see how these guys market themselves and just see what avenues are available there. And who knows, I might grow a beard and
you look good with a beard.
Go a bit, stroke me beard when I'm doing.
It makes me feel smart.
Call myself a consultant or something. I can call myself a heritage consultant.
There you go. Far out. This guy.
Yeah, heritage signage consultant.
Who let this guy out?
Yeah.
You need a monocle and a pipe.
Yeah, and an apron.
Oh, an apron's very fetching.
Yeah, an apron. Like a lot of these people, they wear a leather apron or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to get the do done and maybe some glasses. I don't know, but
Fair enough.
But like I say, there seems to be even a market for those type of guys who are selling. Well, I don't consider. Well, some of it's quite overpriced. Anyway, hats off.
That's what it is. Yeah, fair.
That's
the world.
Successful marketing.
Yeah, good. Let them go.
But yeah, I want to go there, and I'm sure there'll be some really, really good, some good hands, and there's a lot of tips to be gained from something like that. And look, I always probably get the biggest kick still out of my business doing the traditional part of the trade that I signed on and learned 40 years ago. That's the bit that I get probably the biggest kick out of. But the way things are these days, it's just less and less of demand for that sort of stuff because it does come at a bit of a premium price tag, even though it is one of the higher performing products that we produce in terms of performance in the field. The biggest trade-off that people have had to experience with all of the digital marketing and stuff like that, the digital signage, is the lower lifespans. And like I say, we just an example right there, a massive undertaking there. That's a 900 mil high sign that all the panel, all the effort, all the time, and it's lasted 2.5 fucking years, and it's in the tip.
Yeah, it's rough, isn't it?
Oh, it's just, why would you
bother?
And the problem is,
pardon me,
as we know, our tips are filling up with shit just like that. Like, it's just a throwaway society.
Oh, for sure, without a doubt.
Anyway, that's
where it's at.
Yes, but look, so it's been a pretty interesting sort of mixed bag tonight. We've had the collector's edition of the Temora Independent that has got not one single Rick pick in it. Now, it's outrageous.
I'm going to write him a letter. I'm going to write a letter to the editor.
Well, you and Beth Furman. I'd say Beth's just on the editor's desk as we speak.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine so. Yeah.
It would have beat the editor to work this morning.
Excuse me.
Mr. Fisher! Mr. Fisher!
Guys, and don't panic, guys. I will be back doing my videos. I don't know when I get 3.5 minutes to scratch myself. This is the single longest period of time I've sat still all week. It's been fucking nuts, and I'm about to go back to work. So,
well,
don't do any welfare checks. I'm all good. I'm just underpumped. It's
so you're busy working. You haven't been muzzled and silenced.
No. Nobody's had me assassinated.
No one's
effectively my right hand man with the freight business. He's been. His wife was due to give birth in 2 weeks' time.
So he was doing another sort of delivery?
So he's kind of brought that forward, which has sort of meant I've had to shuffle some bodies around and some people around and,
you love a challenge, I don't know.
Oh, look, I don't mind one. Like life would be boring without challenges. And to be fair, I didn't keep finding these little challenges. I get really, really sad and depressed just looking at the state of the fucking world.
Well, that's the point. I went out again Sunday night. I went out and did some pest control for a cocking.
Yeah.
And we wiped out plenty of bunnies.
Yeah.
And you feel good doing that. You feel good helping people. It's helping him do his job. It's helping the whole thing go round.
Yep.
Like I say, I did a rally car for a charity. Goodness gracious. Anyone would think I was a decent person.
That's outrageous.
If you didn't read The Independent, you might form a different opinion. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, everyone have a great week. I will look forward to seeing you next Thursday night.
And vote one Anthony there.
The front part.